You've probably heard that credit cards are evil. The truth is, they're only as evil as the way you use them. If you use them responsibly, they can actually work out really well and you can get some extra cash in your pocket. You've heard Dave Ramsey say that you should do plastic surgery and get rid of all your credit cards and use the envelope method, pay cash for everything. I like some of the stuff Dave Ramsey says, but I really disagree with this. If you take a credit card and use it for your daily purchases and pay it off at the end of the month, you will have some extra money in your pocket. So today we're going to be talking about how you can make an extra $1,000 a year by simply using a credit card. So, cashback. This is a really popular thing. Discover kind of is the one that made it really popular of getting cash back. But there's also other forms of cash back, points or whatever. If you use a credit card, you can get cash back. The most common one is Discover. So they give you 1% cash back on all your purchases. If you're making, a $100 purchase, you're gonna get $1 back. That adds up. Think about how much money you're spending in a month. Even at 1% cash back, that's pretty good. Now there are some credit cards that offer more. Some credit cards that offer more on different categories. You're gonna wanna make sure that you find the right credit card. But that cash back can add up to quite a bit. So let's say, for example, you spend $2,000 a month. You could probably easily spend $2,000 a month if you're a normal family. In a year, that's $24,000. 1% of that is 240 bucks. Now think about that. You're gonna spend this money anyway. And that's not a ton of money. That's honestly a fairly modest amount. But you're gonna spend this money anyway. An extra 240 bucks in your pocket, why not take it if someone's gonna give it to you for free? Car insurance on rentals. This is a huge benefit if you're renting cars. You may not travel as much, especially we're filming this coming out of the pandemic, but if you do travel, this can be a huge benefit. So if you go and rent a car, their car insurance is probably gonna cost you $20, $30 a day. You may not need this, especially if you already have car insurance that's full coverage. You may not have to have that, but the rental car insurance coverage on your credit card can also serve as secondary insurance. So let's say, for example, you get in a wreck and you've got your primary coverage is, shelter insurance or farmers or whoever is your primary insurance coverage. They will pay to fix the car, but they don't cover your deductible. So let's say you have a $1,000 deductible. You would be out that $1,000. However, if you used your credit card rather than your debit card, they would cover that difference. Or let's say you're driving a car at home that's just liability only. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you drive an old car because you're trying to save some money. Good for you. If you go and rent a car, you need to buy insurance. You're required to at least have liability insurance, but you should buy full coverage because it's probably gonna be a newer car and more expensive to fix if it is damaged. That's gonna cost you $20 to $30 a day. Let's say you rent a car for 5 days out of the year at $20 a day, that's $100 in savings. If you get in a wreck, it may be thousands of dollars in savings. So this can be a huge benefit for you if you rent cars, even if it's not very frequently. Take advantage of the rental car insurance policy on your credit card. Extended warranties. This can actually be a huge saving. What that does is it extends your warranty for up to an additional year on top of what the manufacturer already provides. This warranty is not on every credit card, so make sure you check with your credit card to see. But most of the big dogs are doing extended warranties. Here's the way it works. Let's say you buy a phone. They'll offer you Apple Care or whatever the equivalent is on your phone. Whenever they offer you that, that's probably gonna cost you 100 to 150 bucks. If you have a credit card with this coverage on it, you don't need that. That's already included in your credit card as long as you charge it to that card. And then if something breaks, then they will actually pay to fix it. So I had this happen to me last year. My phone screen broke. The phone's about 1.5 years old and the phone screen just decided to stop working. So I went in and turned it in for a insurance coverage. They actually came back and they said, get a quote and then we'll pay it. And they did. They paid like clockwork. I got my money. Everybody was happy. I ended up getting a new phone instead, but they paid me for the repair to that phone. So that ended up saving me $400 because I would have had to buy a new phone or had that phone replaced for 400 bucks. Even if you don't have anything that happens to the phone, if you normally buy Apple Care or something similar, this is saving you $150. So this can be a huge benefit. This can save you up to $100, $150 or all the way up to $1,000 if it's a brand new phone. Now, some new Amex cards have actually started offering screen replacement. So normally that wouldn't be covered under the extended warranty because it's not a fault of the phone, it's because you dropped the phone. They've actually started offering screen replacement. With a $50 deductible, they will replace your screen. This is equivalent to what you get on Apple Care and other similar extended warranties. But it's absolutely free just for being an Amex member. So Make sure you check out whatever your credit card is offering. Chase offers this, a lot of companies offer this. Make sure you check this out, and this can save you per year at least $100, but this could also save you $1,000 if something happens. Purchase protection. This is a little known benefit, but this covers lost and stolen items for 90 days. So let's say that I just bought a brand new camera, I'm out taking some photos, and I set my camera down and turn my back, and someone snags my camera and runs off. Well, cameras are expensive. They can be thousands of dollars. I can't catch them, and if I did, they'd probably break the camera on their fall down while I did catch them. So they run off, I've lost my camera. If I had bought that within the last 90 days on a card that offers this protection, all I have to do is report this to the credit card. They will turn around and they will give me my money back that I paid for it so I can go buy a new camera. This can be a huge benefit because, if you lose a pricey camera, that could be thousands of dollars. Someone breaks into your car. Now this should be covered under your car insurance if you have full coverage, but if you don't, and you just have liability, they could replace, if you had a bunch of new equipment in the car, this could be a fairly sizable chunk. It's hard to really put a number on this because, I hope this doesn't happen to you very often, but if this does happen, this could be thousands of dollars in savings for you, and to really save you if you have a sizable purchase, this could definitely be a huge benefit. But just don't forget about it, because this is one of those that's forgotten a lot because it's rarely used. Travel benefits. Now, this depends on what credit card you use, but if you go for one of the airlines or major hotel chains, or there's also just some general travel cards, most of these are going to be included, and these are a huge benefit. Let's talk about check bags. So if you go with Delta, American, United, they charge you for check bags. Southwest doesn't, but if you go for one of the major carriers, they charge you for checked bags. If you have their credit card, typically they don't charge you for that first checked bag. And a lot of times it applies for everybody that's flying on the same ticket. So if you're taking your whole family, even if you're the only one with the card, you charge it and they reimburse you or whatever, then they get a free check bag. That could be a lot of money. One person's probably going to be 30, 40 bucks. In both ways, you're at $60 or $80. So that can be a huge benefit. Second travel benefit is free reimbursement for TSA PreCheck and global entry. Not all credit cards offer this. Most of the time they have an annual fee if they do have this, but this is so you can expedite yourself through customs if you do global entry, expedite yourself through TSA if you're doing just TSA PreCheck. This is either $85 or $100 for 5 years, but they will actually reimburse. So if you go and sign up for that, they'll actually reimburse that onto your credit card. Trip delay / baggage insurance. So let's say you get stuck and you have to pay a hotel room. The trip delay will help cover that. If you have bags that get lost, that credit card will pay to have those bags replaced. They'll pay for the contents of the bags, depending what you have in your bag. That could be a decent chunk of change. That could be, a couple $100, maybe $1,000, I don't know, depending what you're carrying in your bag. Foreign transaction fees. So almost all debit cards are going to charge a foreign transaction fee. This only matters if you're traveling overseas. If you are traveling, that foreign transaction fee is usually about 1%. That's a decent chunk of change. I wouldn't want to spend that. And if you go to a tourist place, sometimes they will take money in US dollars, but their conversion rate is usually not that good. So if you use your credit card, they'll actually charge you at what market rate is today, which is typically better than what a tourist trap is going to charge you. And you're not paying any extra fees on it. So this can be a big benefit if you like to travel internationally, because you're not having to pay those extra fees and you're not getting stuck with the tourist exchange rates. Last one that I kind of have on here is free / discounted flights. So this one really kind of depends on which credit card you go with, but a lot of the travel-based credit cards will actually give you free money or free flights whenever you renew your card. So for example, I have a Southwest card. I get $75 back in travel credit every year on my Southwest flights. That's just free money that I get from them. Yes, I'm paying an annual fee, but that's covering most of my annual fee. I have a Delta card. This is even better. They actually give me a companion pass for anywhere in the continental United States. So I'm in Oklahoma, so the good thing is I'm fairly central for everything, but it can be expensive to fly to the East Coast. So let's say I want to go to New York City. I'm going to use my companion pass for my wife and I. So I will pay for my flight and her flight will be free. So essentially I'm getting the flight for half price. This is a really good benefit that you should totally take advantage of and not let pass, because that can save you, you know, if I'm looking at a flight to New York, it's probably going to be $300, $400. That's a lot of money that I'm saving of $400. So make sure you're taking advantage of all the travel rewards that you can if you like to travel. So this has been a really quick overview of all the different benefits that you can use. There are benefits I didn't cover. There's some little known benefits that don't really apply to a lot of people. But if you use your credit cards wisely, you can definitely make a decent amount of money every year. You can make $1,000 or more if you're taking advantage of everything that your credit card is offering. But always make sure you pay it off, because you're paying interest. It's not going to net out to help you out. But if you use this wisely, you can make $1,000 a year. I hope you found this video interesting. Please take a chance to like, subscribe, comment below. We would love to hear what you have to say. We'd love to answer any questions that you have. Thank you for watching. I am Brian Mullins, and I hope that you have a good day.